Imagine a group of knights in shining armor, fresh from the hot sands of the Holy Land, stepping onto cold rocky shores by the Black Sea and thinking, this feels like the perfect spot for a brand new castle. Welcome to a strange corner of history where Crusader and Genoese fortresses popped up along the coast and into the Caucasus Mountains. Places like Balaklava Castle sit high on a hill, looking down at the water like a guard who never takes a break. Others, such as the Sudak fortress, stretch along the cliff edge with walls that twist and turn like a maze. These forts were not built for fairy tale princesses or dragons. Instead, they were made to protect trade ships carrying furs, wine and spices. Over the next few minutes, we'll meet the Latin knights and Italian traders who worked together and sometimes argued to build these odd strongholds. We'll find out why they chose windswept peaks and hidden bays, how they kept water and food during long sieges, and what happened when the Ottoman Empire came knocking. Ready for medieval adventures with a side of trade deals? Let's jump in. Long before the imposing castles we see today dotted the landscape, the Black Sea served as a bustling aquatic highway. Imagine a constant flow of vessels crisscrossing the waters, laden with goods and driven by ambition. Ships were the lifeblood of this maritime network, carrying precious furs sourced from the vast expanse of Russia, exquisite wines carefully crafted in Georgia, and fragrant spices hailing from the distant and exotic lands of the East. These goods represented not just commodities, but the interconnectedness of civilizations. Merchants, the driving force behind this trade, meticulously packed their boats in thriving ports like Kaffa and Sudak, transforming these cities into vibrant hubs of commerce. From these strategic locations, they navigated the seas, selling their goods to eager buyers all the way in the markets of Europe. Politics and players. After the Crusades in the Holy Land drew to a close, many knights found themselves without a clear purpose or direction. Some chose to return to their homelands, while others, driven by the allure of wealth and opportunity, followed the flow of money northward. They recognized the Black Sea trade as a promising avenue to earn both gold and fame. Simultaneously, Genoa, a wealthy and influential city-state in Italy, harbored ambitions of expanding its power and dominance in the realm of trade. Genoese merchants skillfully negotiated deals with local rulers in Crimea and the Caucasus, offering coins and valuable gifts in exchange for permission to construct forts and establish shops. Latin knights, including orders like the Templars and Hospitallers, remained in the region to safeguard the vital trade routes, while Genoese merchants, renowned for their shrewd trading acumen and their unwavering pursuit of profit, collaborated with local princes who adeptly balanced the competing interests of the Europeans and the burgeoning Ottoman forces. Think of it like a group of friends at school who just finished a big test. The Crusades. Some want snacks, others want to sell homemade lemonade, like spices and wine. Genoa brings crates of lemonade and says, "We'll guard this stand if you let us sell here." The local student council, or princes, agree for extra pocket money. It's a win-win, but everyone is looking out for their own interests. They saw the Black Sea trade as a chance to earn gold and fame, a new frontier for ambition and fortune. At the same time, Genoa wanted more power in trade, aiming to control the flow of goods and wealth across the region. Why build here, on these strategic high points? High ground meant castles could spot enemy ships early, providing a crucial advantage in defense and control. Hidden bays let traders sneak in and out, evading taxes or watchful eyes, adding an element of intrigue to the bustling trade. And being close to busy sea routes meant goods moved fast, ensuring quick profits and maintaining the Black Sea's vital role in the global trade network. After the Crusades ended in 1291, many knights felt lost, their purpose seemingly vanished. They were warriors without a war, skilled in combat but lacking direction. Around the same time, Genoa, a powerful maritime republic, offered land and money to any knight willing to guard sea routes and help build forts along the Black Sea coast. This was a chance for these knights to find new purpose and fortune. By the mid-1300s, small groups of these knights, often accompanied by engineers and labourers, began planning castles and fortifications along the strategic coastline and in the rugged Caucasus region. These weren't just simple structures, they were ambitious projects designed to control trade routes and project Genoese power. Building castles on rocky hills was an incredibly arduous task, a true test of human endurance. There were no modern cranes or heavy machinery, only rudimentary pulleys, thick ropes, and sheer muscle power. Every stone had to be hauled into place by hand, a slow and painstaking process. Workers meticulously cut stone from local quarries, shaping each block with hand tools. They also made mortar, the essential binding agent, by burning limestone in specially constructed kilns. The smoke from these kilns would have been a constant presence in the landscape. At Balaklava, builders faced the daunting task of carrying heavy stones up narrow, winding paths that snaked up the steep cliffs. Each step was a struggle, and the air grew thinner with every metre gained. At Sudak, the construction crews battled relentless mosquitoes in the sweltering summer heat, and then endured the biting cold and icy winds of winter. The harsh climate added another layer of difficulty to an already challenging project. To solve the ever-present problem of water shortages, the builders ingeniously dug deep cisterns, lining them with stone to create vast underground reservoirs designed to catch and store precious rainwater. One cistern at Balaklava held enough water to sustain 200 men for 2 weeks, a vital resource during sieges. However, soldiers often complained about the muddy taste, a common issue with stored water in those times. When no battle raged, life in a castle could be monotonous. Guards stood watch on the battlements, ever vigilant, and polished their armour, keeping it ready for action. They passed the time by playing simple games, tossing coins at targets, or racing goats up slippery slopes, seeking amusement in the limited diversions available. A lonely chaplain in the chapel tried to hold regular services, but some knights skipped prayers, preferring to gamble instead. Merchants, eager to trade, brought goods from all over the known world. Luxurious silk from Persia, sweet sugar from Egypt, and even exotic perfumes from the East. A trip to the castle's storage rooms was like visiting a bustling small market, a sensory overload of sights and smells. Knights often argued over which wine was the best vintage. Some even wrote home to boast about their newly acquired fine spices, eager to impress their families with their refined tastes. Yet, despite the comforts and diversions, threats constantly lurked just beyond the horizon. Pirate ships, their black sails barely visible in the pre-dawn mist, often sailed up, hoping to raid the castle's stores and plunder its wealth. To counter this threat, guards learned to light extra fires along the castle walls at night, increasing visibility and deterring potential attackers. They also listened intently for the telltale sounds of approaching oars, the rhythmic splashing that signaled danger. A quick blast of the alarm horn could instantly send armoured men scurrying to their positions on the battlements ready to defend their fortress. By the 1400s, the Ottoman Empire was growing fast. Their navy patrolled the Black Sea, and they saw these European forts as challenges. The year 1475 was a turning point when the Ottomans sent over 70 ships to conquer Sudak. Ottoman cannons pounded the walls day and night. Defenders tried to repair damage, but the noise never stopped. After 3 weeks, the water ran out. The Genoese commander sent the white flag. At Balaklava in 1478, instead of fighting, the Genoese made a deal. They paid the Ottomans a large sum and left peacefully with their goods. Many knights joked they preferred coin over cannon fire. Inland at Mangup Castle, Theodosian knights held out for months using secret tunnels to bring in food. When the last tower fell, survivors scattered. Some joined Ottoman service, others returned to Italy. These events showed 2 lessons. Cannon power mattered, and money often saved more lives than arrows. After 1478, most castles either fell or became minor outposts under Ottoman rule. When the Ottomans took over, these castles, once bustling centres of activity, gradually lost their purpose. The strategic importance they once held diminished, and most were emptied, their inhabitants departing for new opportunities or forced out by the changing tides of power. As a result, the majestic structures were left to crumble, exposed to the elements and the relentless march of time. Trees and vines, with their tenacious grip, grew through broken walls, slowly but surely reclaiming the stone. The once formidable towers became havens for wildlife, and only birds lived in the towers, their songs echoing through the empty chambers, a stark contrast to the sounds of soldiers and merchants that once filled the air. Nature, in its patient and persistent way, began to erase the marks of human ambition. Although many walls crumbled, succumbing to the ravages of time and neglect, the castles left a clear and indelible mark on military design. These mixed-use fortresses, innovative for their time, combined living quarters, chapels for spiritual solace, storage rooms brimming with supplies, and customs halls for regulating trade, all under one protective roof. Cistern systems, ingeniously designed for rainwater collection, became standard in dry or cold sites, ensuring a reliable water supply during prolonged sieges. Tunnels and sally ports, hidden pathways for sudden attacks or quick escapes during sieges, added another layer of defense. Some features, like angled bastions and thick earthen walls designed to deflect projectiles, influenced later European forts built in the 1500s and 1600s. Engineers, meticulously studying these sites, learned how to better resist cannon fire, a growing threat in warfare, and manage supplies efficiently, crucial for withstanding long sieges. Stories whispered from the walls, tales of everyday life and extraordinary events offer a glimpse into the human experience within these fortresses. A Genoese clerk, in a moment of desperation during the siege of Sudak, once hid his rare and valuable spices in a secret wall niche, hoping to protect them from looters, only to forget in the chaos and fear precisely where he had placed them. Centuries later, archaeologists, carefully excavating the ruins, stumbled upon a small pot of cloves and cinnamon behind a fallen stone, a testament to the clerk's forgotten secret. Guards at Balaklava, stationed in the lonely towers, joked that the wind howled so loudly through the towers it sounded like ghostly trumpets, a sound that unnerved even the bravest soldiers. Some, succumbing to superstition, refused to serve at night, fearing the haunted breeze and the spirits it carried. In Theodoro, local guides, passing down ancient lore, tell visitors of a hidden bell concealed deep within the castle walls that would ring if the Ottomans breached the outer wall, a warning signal for the defenders. No one knows if it ever rang, but the legend persists, adding to the mystique of the site. These stories, both grand and mundane, reveal the human side of castle life. Boredom during long watches, fear in the face of attack, clever tricks to outsmart enemies, and moments of shared laughter amidst the hardship. Yet their story didn't end there. With the fall of empires and the abandonment of the fortresses, the castles continued to whisper their secrets to those who listened. At Sudak, meticulous digs have uncovered a treasure trove of artifacts, including coins offering insights into the economic activity of the region, pottery, revealing the daily lives of the inhabitants, and even the long-lost hidden spice jar, a tangible link to the past. Archaeology finds. At Sudak, digs have uncovered coins, pottery, and even a hidden spice jar behind a fallen stone, offering glimpses into the lives of those who once inhabited these formidable structures. These treasures tell us about daily life long ago, providing valuable insights into their customs, beliefs, and daily routines. Today, visitors hike up to Balaklava Castle, drawn by its historical significance and stunning views, and wander its tunnels, imagining the soldiers who once patrolled these passageways. Some tours even turn the old cisterns, once vital for water storage, into medieval escape rooms for fun, offering a unique and engaging way to experience the history of the site. Military engineers studying these forts learn to build low, thick walls, designed to absorb the impact of projectiles, and angled bastions that could resist cannon fire. Ideas that shaped later European forts, revolutionizing defensive architecture. Design influence. Military engineers studying these forts learned how to build low, thick walls and angled bastions that could resist cannon fire, a crucial adaptation to the evolving nature of warfare. These ideas shaped later European forts in the 1500s and 1600s, leading to the development of more resilient and effective defensive structures. Though they stood for only a few centuries, a relatively short period in the grand sweep of history, Crusader and Genoese castles in the Caucasus remind us how trade, war, and culture mixed in strange, windswept places, creating a unique blend of influences. They show that even failed forts, abandoned and crumbling, can leave a lasting mark on history, influencing architectural design and providing us with plenty of stories to share, connecting us to the past. And that's the tale of those brave and sometimes bored knights and traders who built castles on chilly cliffs and hidden bays, facing the harsh elements and the constant threat of attack, fighting pirates who roamed the Black Sea, hauling stones to construct their fortresses, and arguing over spilled wine in the taverns, their lives a mix of hardship and camaraderie. Though the Ottomans eventually claimed the Black Sea coast, Bringing an end to the era of these Crusader and Genoese strongholds, these forts taught Europe new ways to design walls, making them more resistant to artillery, store rainwater efficiently, ensuring a reliable water supply, and sneak through secret tunnels, providing a tactical advantage in times of siege. Today, their crumbling stones, weathered by centuries of wind and rain, remind us that trade and war often go hand in hand, shaping the course of history. And that even in the toughest spots, amidst the conflict and hardship, people found time for games, gossip, and clever tricks, adding moments of levity to their lives. If you enjoyed this medieval mix of commerce and conquest, a tale of ambition, resilience, and the enduring power of human ingenuity, hit subscribe to Infinitia Verity and ring the bell icon. By doing so, you'll stay updated on our latest explorations into the past. We've got more forgotten forts, hidden histories, and absurd adventures coming your way, so don't miss out.